In this series, we are going to look into some common interview questions. We will look into the solutions and work on some follow-up questions. Our today's problem is count the number of each character in given string. So let's start working on a solution. Here we have a string variable which holds JavaScript is an awesome language. Then we have a function named countChars to count the characters, and we have a console.log to print the function output. We will write our code inside this countChars function and try to change the output. We start our code by creating a chars variable and assigning its value by str.replace. Inside the replace function, we write /s/g, single quote. This will replace all spaces in the string by blank. Then we use split function to convert the string to an array of characters. Then we create a counter variable to hold our counts. We assign it by chars.reduce. Reduce is a JavaScript method which can run on array and give you a single value as output. Reduce method contains a function which accepts two parameters, accumulator and current value of array. The return value of this function will act as the next accumulator value. Then we need to pass the accumulator value for the first run. As we need a key value pair, we will pass an empty object. Inside this function, we set acc then value in square brackets. This will get the current count of a specific character. Then we assign it by writing the same acc square bracket value. To first assign it with the same count, but we need to increase the count, so we put +1. We also add double pipe and 1. This will handle the situation where there are no count for current character and pass the 1 as first value. Then we return the accumulator, which will be the updated object now with a character and its count. Then we will return our counter variable out of our countChars function. Let's run the code now. Here you can see we now have all the characters with their counts. But now interviewer can ask you some follow-up questions like count both uppercase and lowercase as 1 and print from highest occurrence to lowest. Let's look into the first query. The solution of this one is really easy. You just need to add .to lowercase to value params. This will by default convert all the characters to small when adding them in counter object. Now let's run the code and we will get fewer items in our output. You can see in previous results we had small a with count 4 and capital A with 2 counts. But in the latest output we only have small a with total 6 counts. The solution of next query is little tricky as we need to sort out object by the values. But objects don't have any sort functionality in them. We start by creating a new variable named sorted. Then we use object.entries to convert our object to array. Let's return this sorted and see the output. You can see we have an array of arrays with all the keys and their values. Now we can use sort function on this array. We add sort function to our entries response. This sort function accepts a function which needs two values to compare. On the first run, these values will be the first two elements of the array. Then it will use the second element after sorting and use the third one to compare, and so on. From this function, we return v1 square bracket 1 minus v2 square bracket 1. This will compare the values of first index of these elements, which is 1 and 6 here. Sort use the comparison like this. If the remaining number is less than 0, then the first value is lower. If number is greater than 0, then the second value is lower, and it will swap those numbers. If it is 0, then both the values are same and nothing will change. The return value is minus 5, so it will keep the first item. Next time, it will compare 6 and 1. The difference between them will be 5. So it means the first value is bigger and it swaps them. Let's run this. You can see we now have them sorted in ascending order, but we need the highest one on top. This A6 should be the first one and J1 should be the last one. For this, we simply switch v1 and v2 within the sort function. Now we run it again and we got the correct accounts in highest order. But this is now returning the array and we need object. For this, we simply need to wrap our sorted variable in object.fromEntries. If we now run this, we get our counts in a sorted object. You can play around this and see if you can fix some more questions. So today we solved this problem of counting characters of a given string. We also worked on some follow-up requirements like counting both uppercase and lowercase and sorting our counter. You can use this code in my new online editor. I have created this editor to fetch the code from gift and provide functionality to run that code. Check it out and let me know if you like it. If you have any query or suggestion, you can post that in the comment below and I will try to answer them. If you have any problem like this, let me know in the comments. I will try to provide solutions on that as well. Check out my Facebook group for more tips and tricks and latest updates. That's all for now. Stay safe and stay productive.